Well, good morning. So last week we looked at, in chapter 1, in my little book, The Relationship Coach, there's the space between. Think of a couple as the two of you plus a space between you. And you don't want to put any negativity in there because the negativity causes disconnect. So chapter 2 looks at the zone of safety. And I say, safety is the second important piece of your playbook. Why safety? Because safety is built into your DNA, your survival. And obviously our knowledge of exactly how the different parts of the brain interact and how they develop is constantly expanding, but the consensus of opinion among most experts is that our brain stem is similar to the brain stem of all mammals, fish, birds, reptiles. It's called the reptilian brain, lizard brain. We all have a brain stem that connects the spinal cord with the midbrain and cerebral cortex. And the primary function of the old brain, or that brain stem, is to keep us alive. And it's done that for 500 million years. You're not going to change it. All right? Now here's my challenge. Think about how relationships are often depicted in our culture in today's world. Movies, TV, those magazines at the checkout counter, but in real life. But think about it from your old brain point of view. If I attack you, or yell at you, or don't talk, or shut down, or make fun of you, what are you going to do except defend yourself? You see it everywhere, and all I'm saying, it doesn't work. And if you don't feel safe, you'll defend yourself. And typically it's by exploding outwards, the fight or flight, we've all heard that, or by retreating inwards, the sort of freeze response. And obviously I'm not knocking my old brain. It's kept me alive all these years. If I'm out in the 401, I want to have my wits about me. But I don't want it to run my relationship either. And I would characterize the basic energy of most relationships, certainly ours was before we started doing the work that I want you to explore in this book, as unconscious, old brain, reactive. And think about it, in a reactive relationship, when there's danger, an individual tends to either retreat or attack. And Harville used the image of a turtle in a hailstorm, and I was certainly the turtle in our relationship. You know, the hailstorm says to the turtle, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. As a turtle, what am I doing except going deeper and deeper in my shell, because that's where it's safe. All right? So when I was first studying with Harville, this is years ago, he asked a question that stuck with me. What's the earliest learning experience of a child, of any child? So just recently, I've spent some time with my great niece, age 4 months. And she was a delight. But when she got frustrated or her needs weren't being met as quick as she would like, what did she do? She cried. And somebody, usually her mom, came and took care of it. All right? So for all of us, that tends to be our earliest learning experience. We put a negative stimulus out into the universe, and we get a positive response back. All right? Now, the problem, of course, comes as we grow and mature. That equation is no longer effective within a complex adult relationship. But we do see it in action a lot, don't we? Earliest learning experience, earliest learning experience, I cry, somebody comes and takes care of it. But in an adult relationship, it doesn't work. So one way to ensure safety, we're going back to safety now, is to commit to the cardinal rule, anything negative or potentially negative by appointment only. All right? And, you know, when I first mentioned this concept to couples, they look at me like a deer in the headlights sometimes. What does it mean to make an appointment? Well, for me, this rule means that when I go home at night, I can just hang out. No arrows coming, not going to get zinged. Pretty nice. 35 years, right? But if either Chris or I, hey, something came up, let's go for a coffee, we need to talk, we have the same skill you do, which is what I'll talk about next week, the safe conversation process. All right? So the second piece of your playbook, so the cardinal rule, anything negative by appointment only. It's not a bad one. The second piece in your playbook, the second part of the combination lock, is the importance of safety. If you don't feel safe, you'll defend yourself. It's as simple as that. Your old brain has a 500 million year track record. You're not going to change it. You can survive without safety, but you cannot thrive. Okay? You can survive, but you can't thrive. Cheers. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.